Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tyron'e Southern's Cooking back at you with another video. Alright, today what we're going to be doing, a lemon meringue pie. And first of all, when you're doing this pie, you want to make sure you have all your ingredients prepared and in front of you. I already have 1 cup of sugar measured out, half a cup of cornstarch measured out, 2 1/4 a cup of water, a half a cup of lemon juice that's come from the lemon itself. I already got my lemon zest off my lemons. I'm using 4 lemons to and I'm using the zest off all 4 lemons. And plus, so if you had a lemon squeeze that's juicy, you probably won't have to use many lemons as I did to get a half a cup of lemon juice. But you also can use the juice that you buy at the store, but using the regular lemon juice itself is more better. So now what I got here in front of me, it's also another thing. You can also use I'm using a graham cracker crust, but you also can use a regular deep dish crust, but you have to poke holes in it and make sure it's baked before you go ahead and bake that first before you start doing anything else. So I got the 4 eggs here. I'm finna separate the egg whites from the yolk. That's what I'm finna do now. Separate that. Hope everybody's doing fine today. Yes, I do. I got a yolk thing in the drawer here. I ain't never used it before. I guess this is a good time to use it. Yes, this is a good time to use it. See how that's working out. Okay. That worked out pretty good. It works out pretty good. This is going to be a 2-part video because when I make the pie, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. And before I cut it, because you're supposed to put it in the refrigerator if you want to have a perfectly cut pie. Because you can't cut it while it's warm, it'll fall apart. So it's going to be a part 1 and a part 2 video. Okay. All right. Got that did. Now what we finna do, we finna go here on the other side. First we're gonna beat this egg yolk up first. Go ahead and beat that up. This is what's going into the lemon meringue itself. And the other egg whites I got to make the meringue to go with that. Alright, so what we're doing now, we're going to go ahead and add our 1 cup of sugar, a half a cup of cornstarch, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt, then what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add our lemon zest that we had already did our lemons. Go ahead and add the zest in. What we're going to do, we're going to stir that up. Then we got 2 1/4 cup of water. We're gonna go ahead and put that in the pot. Now this lemon filling here, I know I'm gonna have more than what I need because this right here calls for a deep dish. A deep dish. Go ahead and turn the stove on. And with this right here, you got to constantly stir it. If you don't, it'll stick. So you got to constantly stir. I probably do it on this side here better, because you can see the camera where I got the camera. So this right here, I'm gonna have to stir this up for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna just constantly keep stirring it. Then I got my 1/2 cup of lemon juice right here. I think I better get me a spoon. Yeah, it's starting to stick on me a little bit. Not stirring it properly with the whisk. I want to be able to do it with the spoon. And the cornstarch is what's going to thicken it up. So that's what we're doing. We constantly stirring this now. We got to keep stirring this now till it start thickening up, and it's gonna come to a little boil. So you don't want your stove on high. You want your stove on like medium. But you got to constantly stir. If you don't, it'll start sticking at the bottom. Can't do it with no whisk. You got to do it with a spoon. So we're gonna constantly stir this right here. And when it get thicken, when it thicken up, then we'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our meringue had no thicken up, and this is what it looked like right now. This is what it looked like right now. So what we're gonna do now, we got remember our egg yolk. So what we're gonna do now, we got our egg yolk right here. We're gonna add a little bit of this right here to the egg yolk, and we're gonna stir it. And we stirring it because we don't want it to like cook the eggs and nothing. So we're gonna stir it. Make sure it don't lump up and nothing. Keep stirring it. Keep stirring it like that there. Just like that there. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna pour this in here, and we're gonna stir this at the same time too. Because we don't want it, we want to keep stirring it. Stirring it up just like that there. And that's what we want right there. That's what we want right there. Keep stirring it up. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put this back on the heat a little bit, And what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our 3 tablespoons of butter, and then we're gonna add our lemon juice. So we're going back over here. We're gonna add our 3 tablespoons of butter. Let it heat up a little bit. Our 3 tablespoons of butter. And we're gonna add our lemon juice, half a cup of lemon juice. And we're gonna stir that until it come up to a boil again. You want the butter to completely melt. Just like that, that's what we're doing. We're gonna let it come to a boil again, then we're gonna take it off the fire. That's what we're doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got our meringue ready. So what we're gonna do, we got our pie crust right here. What I'm making for is for a 9-inch deep dish. So I'm gonna have more meringue filling left over because this is not a 9-inch deep dish crust. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this and fill this in here up. Well, shoot, this is enough for this right here. This is good right here. This good. It's right on time. I didn't think it was gonna be. I'm good. So we got that side. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna see. What we're gonna do now? We're gonna make our meringue now. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna set this off to the side. We're gonna get us another pot. We'll be right back. Now what we're doing now, we're gonna make our whip up our egg whites. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna add something to the meringue also to keep the meringue from sweating and make your pie crust all sweaty. So this we put in a tablespoon of cornstarch, and we got 2 tablespoons of sugar in this pot that we're doing now. And we're going to add a half a cup of water. We'll add a half a cup of water, and we're going to turn the stove on, and we're going to keep stirring this until it thicken up and get kind of clear, a clear looking color. And once we do that, we're going to start doing our meringue with the egg whites. We're going to go ahead and beat up the egg whites. But this is what we're going to mix with the meringue. And it's going to thicken it up as well and keep your crust from sweating and everything. So when we get through with this, put it in the oven about 13 or 14 minutes to get the top brown. Then we're going to take it out the oven. We're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. That's why it's going to be a 2-part video. So we're going to go ahead and heat this up. You see what we're doing? We're constantly stirring this here up. Now it's getting a little thick on me. What I want right here. Exactly what I want. What we're gonna do with this here, we're gonna sit this in a pot of water, cool water. We got another bowl over here that we're gonna sit this in a pot of water. I'm gonna show you in a minute how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna set it off over here where the stove ain't hot. And we're gonna set this right here in a pot of water, just like that there. And we'll come back to that later. So what we're gonna do now, we finna whisk up our egg whites now. That's what we finna do now. Stay tuned. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and pour our egg white in here. And we're gonna put a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract in the thing as well. Doing a half a teaspoon. Make sure I got a half a teaspoon. Oh, this good. Yeah, this good. Put that in there. And we're going to come along and we're going to put 4 tablespoons of sugar. But we ain't going to put them all in at one time. We're going to start mixing it and we're going to put a little bit in at a time while it's mixing up. Let me get my 4 tablespoons of sugar in my cup. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to add 1/4 tablespoon of salt on this in here. All right, we already know added our vanilla flavor. So we're going to go ahead and start mixing this. We're going to add a little sugar. We ain't adding all the sugar at the one time. We just putting a little bit in as it will. Stay tuned. All right, what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and pour our little filling in here. Go ahead and pour that in there. Then we're going to whip it up some more. Get all that in there. All right, we're going to start whipping this up some more. So it gets kind of thick. We'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got that done. We got our meringue done. So this is what we got here. We're going to get this and we're going to put it on our pie. We're gonna go ahead and put this on our pie. Smooth it round. Just like that there. Dressing it up just like this, ladies and gentlemen. But I had no set my oven on. That's what we got going on right now. So we're gonna put it in the oven. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is just coming out the oven. Been in the oven about 10 minutes on 400. And that's what it looked like right now. And we're gonna put it in the refrigerator overnight. And we'll cut it in the morning. That's gonna be the second part of the video. So there's our lemon meringue pie with a graham cracker crust. And that's what we have. And the recipe, I'm gonna leave the recipe in the description box to make it up to making the pie. But the topping gonna be in the second description box in part 2. We're making the meringue. That's gonna be in part 2. But the first part of the recipe gonna be in part 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, put a thumbs up, ring the bell, and everybody have a wonderful day. Peace.